Sonic returns to the Master System with Sonic 2. The Mega Drive had its own sequel that proved to be a huge hit and a massive improvement over the previous game. But is this one any good? Let's have a little look. The cover would entice any kid with its colourful artwork and a hand glider, and Tails too? Well, no. Dr. Robotnik kidnaps Tails at the start of the game. Sonic must find all the Chaos Emeralds and rescue Tails. There are 7 zones to get through, each have 2 acts and 1 boss stage. The display is no different from the last game, where you have the amount of rings collected, time elapsed, and lives remaining. There's a Chaos Emerald hidden in each zone, but don't ask me where they are, I haven't got a fucking clue. I didn't even find one. Straight away the graphics look nice and the sounds have changed slightly too. You still have the same power-ups, which are invincibility, speed shoes, bonus rings and extra lives. Collecting 100 rings will award you an extra life and reset the counter to 0. There is a new addition to the game, and that's the hang glider you see on the cover. It doesn't crop up a lot in the game, thankfully, and I'll come back to that. The levels have more going on this time, and there are loops to go round and plenty of ramps. Each level is a fresh design, well apart from Green Hill, but that isn't at the beginning. There's the dreaded underwater zones, but Sonic can now skim across the water if he curls into a ball before going into it. If you get this right, then you can avoid a lot of stress. When it comes to taking on the boss, it's not what you'd expect. Typically, you'd wait for Robotnik to appear in his craft and start a battle. Not in this game. You fight different animals. There's a strange creature with pincers, a huge bird, and eventually Metal Sonic. To begin with, you may think that you can go full speed through the levels, but you'll soon find out that you can't, as there's always something to take you out. When you get hit, you lose all your rings, but a couple will bounce around briefly so you can pick them up again. This does come in handy quite a lot through this game. Now this game should be loads better than the first one, but is it? I don't think it is. I've heard many people say it's a great game and vast improvement from the first, but I don't think so. There's no spin dash, which isn't essential, but the Mega Drive version added this feature. The difficulty is ridiculous for a Sonic game. Immediately you're going to work out what the rest of the game is going to be like. You'll run into enemies that you can't see coming, land on spikes a hell of a lot. Falling down pits is something that gets old very quickly. And if you hit spikes regardless of being on land or water, it pushes you back. If you collect a ring to avoid dying, then you'll get hit again and fly back even further. When jumping onto a platform, the momentum of Sonic makes him slide off the edge, and of course, there's always something below that will take your rings away. In typical Sonic fashion, you start the boss stage with no rings. In other games you can run to the boss section and have to wait for it to appear, but in this game, most of them are already there. If you don't know this, then you'll charge onto the screen and run straight into them, causing you to lose a life. And as for the hang glider, what a fucking joke. It doesn't even work. There's meant to be gusts of wind that you can catch to propel you up, but it never appears. You have to keep tapping left to keep it up or you'll plummet to your death. The minecarts aren't much different. If you don't jump out in time, you're dead. The first time you play this, you'll know what I mean. Once you know where the hazards are, then you can avoid them for next time. But at the expense of a life. In none of the stages I felt confident to hold down the right directional button. It instantly became apparent that I had to take my time to ensure I wasn't going to hit some hazard or run into a badnik or fall down a pit. It does have its good points, the levels look great and the music is good. The overall gameplay is good, but the difficulty is just too high for a game like this. The game is made by Aspect this time and not Ancient, but they stay true to the Sonic source. If you didn't find all the Chaos Emeralds in the game, then you won't get to save Tails. And judging by the ending I got, I assume Robotnik turned him into a wall-mounted feature.